Okay, let's continue. Group C. They can't wait. Here they are. Give them a big hand.
Hallo. Nee.
He prayed. It wasn't my religion. He ate. It wasn't what I ate. He spoke, but it wasn't my language. He dressed, and it wasn't what I wore. He took my hand, and it wasn't the color of mine. But when he laughed, it was how I laughed. And when he cried, it was how I cried.
I'm very keen that we start raising awareness and consciousness. And also people are very stuck in positions. They're very stuck in their conditioning, what they're conditioned to believe. And they cannot see another viewpoint. I think we need to open our minds to debate, genuine political debate.
Exactly. That's our vision. Our vision is bond. And thank you very much for wanting to welcome me in this host talking show.
Yes, well, I didn't welcome you yet, but welcome, Emma.
Yeah.
Well, what I think is interesting is you guys show here bond to us. And I see a lot of chaos and a lot of people shouting, and then one person say, let's bond. But what I don't get is, what does it actually mean? What is bond?
Well, our idea is, it's based on the idea that with bonding, a certain chain reaction is put into action, which leads to awareness of other ideals, other opinions, other backgrounds, which initiates, we believe, an understanding of the other and of also respect towards the other. If we create this network of connections, bonding, there will be initially, in the end, global consciousness, which will lead to global solidarity and responsibility and empathy. And we believe that this empathy will be the start of all our action, which will guide all our actions in the end.
Okay, interesting, I think. But why bond?
Well, that's a good question. I actually made a very nice video clip of that to explain that. Due to some technical problems, though, you have to kind of...
You have to move your head a bit. I understand now.
Well, why? Because we were all going to hell. We had the earth, and there was this growing global inequality and religious conflict all over the place. Human rights abuse and violations, and environmental degradation. Also, in the Western world, there was this disconnection between the head and the heart.
Okay, so if I understand this well, it's a lot about the connection. So young people nowadays, they connect online. They connect via Facebook, via LinkedIn, via Twitter. But they don't connect in real life anymore. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you propose then?
Well, what we propose is society service. Instead of being united as young people to fight, we're united to bond. So that will mean that we will go, after graduation, you participate in society service in a particular field of choice. You can, for example, instead of learning math or biology, you participate in elderly care, or you do city gardening, or you, whatever, name it.
So
Whatever you're interested in.
So there are many choices. I see they're still going on.
Exactly.
So if I get it right, this is how I understand it right now. So in the most ideal situation in 2030, we have Emma, and Emma is very well connected, but she also is just graduated from high school. And she now has to do her society service. So she goes online, she goes to the Bond website, and she sees all these different programs, and she thinks this is very interesting. But she picks the one that is about city gardening. So she goes to her opening day, and she meets a lot of new people. They have a lot of fun together, but then, they also have to do the work. So they really go into the field. They start planting. They create awareness about, how do I plant, and how does that plant actually grow as well. But besides that, it's not only being in the field, but it is also, learning from others, learning from experts, and getting extra skills, such as leadership skills or other skills that they will need in their lives to continue. And also, they are together. They also do group work, and they bond together. They really connect as young people, and they share their ideas about what you need to do in the future. So not only do they learn how to grow a tomato, they also learn things about life skills, about practical knowledge. She learns about multicultural understanding, insight in potential career paths. She learns a lot about herself, but also she can comprehend the bigger picture. So instead of just having math in school or science things, she really understands, what world she is living in. So I think that's sort of the thing,
yeah,
right?
That's
but if
exactly
I think about
how I envision it. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
But when I come to think about it, it's actually a quite big thing, a quite big proposal you ask here. So
what
what
more people gave that criticism. So exactly, what can we do now? That's your question,
Yes.
I think. Well, there are already many initiatives going on, such as the Hub, I think you all know that, and ISAC, that's a young student organization, also aiming at connecting young people. We want to provide the web and the connection between those initiatives as a sort of umbrella network to connect all these organizations, initiatives, and young people. This will make open and make accessible those initiatives and organizations for the young people so they easily glide into society. So please join Bond. And if you could all please stand up now off your lazy seats. And if you could turn around and shake the hand of the person behind you. Okay.
So you can turn around again.
Yeah. So that's why we need Bond.
Because the point we're trying to make here is that for a lot of young people, they go to school and they have to make decisions, really big life decisions on what to do and how to proceed and what is my role in life. And a lot of times they just turn around and they see somebody's back. There's no help, there's no guidance in that. So we ask you to join Bond, and we want to close again with our, it's a poem. He prayed, it wasn't my religion. He ate, it wasn't what I ate. He spoke, it wasn't my language. He dressed, it wasn't what I wore. He took my hand, but it wasn't the color of mine. But when he laughed, it was how I laughed. And when he cried, it was how I cried. So guys, let's bond. Be brave,
Join Bond.
Be open, be networker, be discoverer.
Thank you very much. The Bond girls, yes, there you go. And the Bond boys. We call you 007. Another great idea.